Hello students, I am Rajeshwar, your geography teacher. Today we will discuss chapter number 16 Agriculture, second food crop. In India, different crops are grown in different seasons. There are two major agricultural seasons in India and these are Kharif and Rabi. And the third season which lies in between Rabi and Kharif is known as Jayad season. In Kharif season, crops are grown in the month of June and July, or you can say with the onset of monsoon, and harvested in the month of September and October. The main crops which are grown in this season are rice, maize, jowar, cotton, jute, and pulses. Next season is Rabi season, which starts with the month of October and November, and the crops are harvested in the month of March and April. The main crops which are there in this season are wheat, barley, mustard, gram, potato. Now the third season is Jayad season. There are two Jayad season, Jayad Kharif crop and Jayad Rabi crop. These are sown in August and September and harvested in December and January. Most of the oil seeds like mustards are grown in this season. Jayad Rabi. These crops are sown at the beginning of the hot season in the month of March when they are harvested and in the month of April and May. Summer vegetable like jawar, maize, watermelon, cucumber are the important among these crops. In Indian agriculture, largely dominated by the food crops, which occupy 65% of the total cropped area of the country, they contribute 50% of the total value of agricultural production. They are grown throughout the country either as a sole crop or combination with the other crop. Next topic is main crops in India. They are categorized in cereals, plantation, cash crop, oil seed, spices and fiber crop. Today we will discuss the cereals which are the rice, wheat, jowar, gram, bajra, ragi and pulses. The term cereals denotes all kind of grass-like plants which have starchy edible seeds. Most common cereals are rice, wheat, maize, barley, rye, oats, millet, etc. Because of their simple form of cultivation and their high nutrition value, they have formed the basic diet of mankind. India ranked third in the production of cereals in the world after China and USA. First of all, we will discuss about the Kharif. Kharif crop is a crop which is grown in summer season, which is there in North India in the month of June, July to September and October. But in South India, throughout the year, this crop can be grown with the help of irrigation facility. Rice is the most important staple food crop in India, which feed more than half of our population. It accounts for one third population of food grain of the country. India is the second largest producer of rice in the world after China. Rice is an indigenous crop, is grown all over the country with highest concentration in northeastern and south part of the country. It occupies near about 43 billion hectare of land. It is a tropical crop and require mean temperature of 24 degrees Celsius and annual rainfall near about 150. Kharif crop in North India, in the south it can be grown throughout the year as earlier we have discussed. Now we will discuss about the climatic condition of rice. Temperature, it need temperature between 18 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius. It need rainfall 150 centimeter to 300 centimeter. Soil, deep fertile clay soil or the soil loam are good for it. Rice crop in India can be grouped into two, upland rice and lowland rice. Upland rice, this type of rice is grown on mountain region. Upland rice is sown in March April and harvested in September October. This type of rice cultivation depend on distribution of rainfall only. The entire crop is used locally. Next is lowland rice. It is grown on low lying areas. It is sown in June and harvested in October. The produce is used for local consumption as well as supply to other regions of the world. Now the method of cultivation. There are different method of cultivation. In India, rice is cultivated by two methods, the dry method and the pelleted method. The dry system of cultivation is mainly confined to areas which depend on rain and so not have supplementary irrigation facility. In this method, the seeds are sown in row with the help of drill in heavy rainfall areas and scattered with the hand in areas of moderate rainfall. The puddled method or the wet method practiced in area which have assured the adequate supply of water. In this method, the land is plugged thoroughly and filled with water 3 to 5 centimeter and of standing water in the field. This water is maintained in the field up to a depth of 2 to 3 centimeter till the seedlings are well established. The steps of follow for cultivation: first of all, sowing of seed; second, transplanting; third, harvesting; and the last is processing. How seeds are sown in India? First of all, broadcast method. This is the simple method and which prevalent in the region where labor is scarce and soil is infertile. The seeds are scattered all over the field after plowing and it is done before the onset of monsoon. Next is drilling method. This method is followed in the peninsular region of India. In this method, seeds are sown in the furrow with the help of a drill normally made of bamboo. The main advantage of this method that the seeds fall in the furrow in a systematic way, therefore the germination rate of these seeds is high and the wastage of seed is minimal. Dibbling method. A dibble is an implement for making hole in the ground for seed or plant. The dibbling method refer to sowing of seed at regular interval in a furrow. Last is the transplanting method. In this method, first of all, what we do, we prepare the saplings in the nurseries and after 4 to 5 weeks when the saplings attain 25 to 30 centimeter of height, they are transplanted into prepared rice field. In the beginning, the field is flooded with 2 to 3 centimeter deep water. Subsequently, the depth of water level is increased 4 to 5 centimeter till the crop mature. This method of rice cultivation is popular because it gives higher yield. Advantage of transplanting method: healthy plants are picked for resowing in the field. Weeds are removed while resowing. There is less wastage of seeds as compared to the other method. This method gives higher yield. One more method is there that is known as the Japanese method of sowing the seeds. This method is an improved form of transplantation method introduced in 1953 and has gained wide popularity. In recent years, in this method, high yielding variety seeds called Japonicaya are used. In this method, Japonicaya seeds are used. It includes the following practice. As in the previous method, the seedlings are prepared in the nurseries. Then the row of plants are fixed at a distance of 25 centimeter. Manure is used extensively to increase the yield. Japonicaya seeds give higher yield in this method. Now the harvesting and processing. The fields are drained dry just before the crop is harvested. The traditional cutting of the stalk is simple. A sickle, a curved knife is used for this purpose. It is labor intensive as each stalk is hand tripped. Each stem is cut above 60 centimeter below the grain and facilitates threshing. The moisture content of the crop is reduced by drying the stalk in the sun. Threshing. Threshing is done by beating the sheaves against a wooden bar. The grains are separated from the stalks. Threshing is done with in the rice field in order to minimize the cost of transportation. Winnowing, it is the process of removing the unwanted husk from the grain. The simple method involves pouring the grain from a height on a windy day when the grain fall to the ground and the calf is blown aside. Milling. Milling is done to remove the yellowish husk from the grain. Traditionally, the villagers used to hit the grain on a wooden mortar with the heavy pestle. This resulted a high percentage of broken rice. Modern milling is done by machines. Such polished rice has a glassy texture but lacks nutrients. Much of its vitamins are lost due to excessive rubbing. Now, distribution of rice in India, which states are there? Mainly, the top 5 states which produce the rice are West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Tamil Nadu. Other states also produce rice like Haryana, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Assam, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Kerala, Gujarat, Telangana. West Bengal, rice is the leading in rice. West Bengal is the leading producer of rice and produce near about 3/4 of its cropped area. West Bengal farmer grow 3 crop of rice called Os, Aman and Boro. Uttar Pradesh has the largest area under rice cultivation. Rice is an important crop in the eastern region of the state. Andhra Pradesh occupies about one third of the total cropped area of the state. Although the crop is grown throughout the state, but 5 districts West Godavari, Krishna, East Godavari, Guntur together contribute more than half of the state of rice production. Punjab rice production in the irrigated area of Punjab was introduced in 1970 following the Green Revolution. Here 97% of rice area is irrigated and due to higher input of high yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, mechanization and finance per hectare yield is the highest. Tamil Nadu is an important producer of rice. Here 75% of the rice produced is contributed by Tanjore, South Harcourt, Chingalput, North Harcourt and Madurai. Next crop is wheat. Wheat is a rabi crop and the second most important food crop in the country after rice, both in area and production. About 14% of the total cropped area in the country is under wheat cultivation. India accounts for about 12% of the total wheat production of the world. In the progress, the wheat cultivation since 1967 to 68 has made India sufficient in food grains. Climatic condition of wheat is temperature at the time of sowing needed 10 to 15 degree Celsius and at the time of harvesting it should be 20 degree Celsius to 25 degree Celsius. Rainfall near about 80 centimeter areas where 80 centimeter rainfall is there, it is ideal for the wheat cultivation and it can also be grown in the areas where rainfall is 40 to 75 centimeter with the help of irrigation facility. Near about 12.5 centimeter rainfall in winter month which comes from the western disturbance is good for the wheat cultivation and this western disturbance play important role in the production of wheat in North India. Soil, wheat is grown well drained loam and clay loam. During germination, the plant need sufficient soil moisture. Most of the common breed wheat is grown in the alluvial soil of the Great Plains. There are two type of wheat is there where bread wheat and the Marconi wheat is there. Method of cultivation is same like wheat require well tilled but compact seed bed for good germination. The fields are flooded and pulverized several times before the seed is sown. The seed can be sown by using drilling and broadcasting method. The seeds germinate near about 3 to 4 days. When the plant is near about 15 centimeter to 20 centimeter, it need good irrigation It does not need rain at that time. Temperature should be generally low in the growing season, and as the crop will mature, temperature will rise. Harvesting the wheat crop start ripening in the month of March and harvested in April when the temperature is near about 27 degrees Celsius. Wheat is mostly harvested using a sickle. However, machines have replaced the sickle in Punjab, Haryana, Western UP. The traditional method of threshing, trampled under the bullock, is used for separate the grain from husk. But this work is now done by threshers as the traditional method is time consuming. Distribution: Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh are the five leading producers of wheat in the country. The yield of wheat is high in Punjab and Haryana and moderate in Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Bihar. In Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu and Kashmir, wheat is grown under rain-fed condition and therefore the yield is low. Next is millets. The term millets used for a number of inferior grains which serve as food grain for the poorer section of the society, and those straw makes a valuable cattle fodder. The most important millets cultivated in India include jawar, bajra, and ragi. Millets are annual warm weather grasses. They are grown under conditions where the soil is rather infertile owing to its rocky and sandy character. These are crop for short duration from 3 to 4 months. First of all, we will discuss about the jawar. Ranking next to rice and wheat in both area and production, jawar is great millet and one of the most important food crop in India. It accounts 5.3% of the total production crop area. Now the climatic condition for jawar is both kharif and rabi crop. It grows well even in the dry farming areas, mostly without irrigation support. Although most of the crop is grown on the plains, it can be raised successfully on gentle slope up to 1200-meter height. Temperature: it needs temperature between 27 to 32 and rainfall less than 100 centimeter should be there. Soil: jawar can grow on all variety of soil ranging from heavy and light alluvium to red, grey and yellow loam. It can even grow on sandy soil. The black clay loam of the Peninsular Plateau are considered to be the most ideal for jawar. Method of cultivation in jawar: jawar does not require as throughout or prolonged preparation in the field as in case of rice or wheat. However, soil management before sowing plays an important role in the dry farming areas. The seeds are mostly sown using the broadcast method. Distribution: jawar or sorghum accounts near about 5.3% of total cropped area in the country. Jawar is largely grown in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. These states account 80% of the total production of jawar in the country. Remaining production comes from Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat and Rajasthan. Next is bajra. Bajra or bulrush millet is an important millet crop. Most of it is used as staple food in North India, Western Rajasthan and Gujarat. Plant stalks are fed to cattle and used for thatching purpose. Climatic condition: bajra is a short season kharif crop. It is grown either as a pure or mixed crop. As a mixed crop, it is grown with cotton, jawar and ragi. It is also a rain-fed kharif crop. It is seldom irrigated. Temperature: 25 to 30 degrees Celsius temperature is ideal for it. Rainfall: bajra is suited to the area of low rainfall and it can be grown even in the terraces which receive less than 50 centimeter rainfall. It is seldom grown in the areas where rainfall exceeds more than 100 centimeter. Light monsoon shower followed by bright sunshine provide most suitable weather condition for Bajra. Bajra is grown in red and sandy soil and also in black soil. Bajra is a short season kharif crop. It is sown in June July in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and harvested in September October with the expectation of Jawar Bajra occupy more area than other millet crop in the country. The principal bajra growing states are Punjab, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. Next is ragi. Ragi or buckwheat is an important millet which is grown in drier parts of South India and in some parts of North India. Temperature should be between 20 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius. Rainfall should be between 50 to 100 centimeter. And soil, ragi is grown mainly in the areas of dry farming. It is raised on red, light black and sandy loams in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and on well-drained alluvial loam of Uttarakhand, Jharkhand and Gujarat. Method of cultivation, ragi is a kharif crop and sown between May and August and harvested between September and January. In many parts of South India, it is cultivated throughout the year with the help of irrigation. The seeds are sown by broadcast method with the help of drill and even transplanted on well prepared fertile beds. Distribution, ragi accounts near about 1.3% of total cropped area and 5% of total cereals. Karnataka is the leading producer of ragi in the country, followed by Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh. The other rice producing states are Uttarakhand, Odisha, Jharkhand, and Gujarat. Next is pulses. Pulses form a very important part of the North Indian diet, especially for those who consume starchy vegetarian diet. This is because pulses provide vegetable protein. Being leguminous crop, pulses fix atmospheric nitrogen in the soil and increase the natural fertility of the soil. Hence, pulses are usually rotated with the other crop to maintain or store soil fertility. Pulses crops include a large number of crops which are mostly leguminous and rich in protein. Pulses serve as an excellent forage and grain concentration in the feed of cattle. Gram and arhar or tur are the most important pulses. Other like urad, moong, masoor, kulthi, matar, khesri, orlak and more are also grown in India. Pulses need temperature 20 to 25 degrees Celsius and rainfall 50 to 75 centimeter. They are grown in dry light soil is required for the cultivation. Gram is the leading pulse crop which occupy near about 2/5 of the total area under the pulses. Gram is raised as a rabi crop in the areas which receive about 10 centimeter of rainfall during winter. Sometimes gram is sown mixed with wheat. It is a crop of North India and Central India. Tur, urad, moong are raised as kharif crop almost throughout the year. Kesri and masoor are raised as rabi crop in North India. Distribution of pulses in India. India is the largest producer and consumer of pulses and accounts for about 1/5 of the total production of pulses in the world. Pulses occupy near about 11% of the total cropped area in India. Pulses are raised on soils ranging from light loam and alluvial soil of Great Plains to the black soil of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra and red soil elsewhere. They are mostly cultivated under rain-fed condition, but in some areas irrigation is provided. The top 5 pulses states are Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh. Thank you.